learned that although the problems with the ignition switches safety issues were known by many in the company, GM senior leadership, including Ms. Barra, was unaware of these issues for years. Is that correct?
That is factually correct.
Thank you. These leaders included GM CEOs, including Rick Wagner, Mike Milliken, who was then GM's general counsel, and Ms. Barra, correct?
That is correct.
And Ms. Barra, you previously testified that you didn't know about the problems with the ignition switch until December 2013. Is that correct?
I testified I knew there was an issue with the coal belt in December that they were studying. I knew there was an ignition switch issue on January 31st. That's what I testified.
In December 2013, right?
January 31st, 2014 was when I knew there was an ignition switch issue.
Okay. Now, Gay Kent, who was the director of vehicle safety in your department, she made decisions in 2004 about the stalling being a safety risk. Did she ever share those findings with you, yes or no?
No.
And Jim Federico, a senior GM executive brought in to find solutions to the airbag situation in 2012, he knew about the problems, and he reported directly to you. Did he ever share his knowledge with you? Yes or no?
Well, he reported directly to me at a portion of this time, and then he no longer reported.
But did he ever tell you about these problems? No, he didn't. Now, you've made a number of structural changes at GM, and I appreciate this, and I know you're committed to doing it, but the company culture is what concerns me as well as the chairman. And the problems that I've identified today are not problems about who reports to whom, but rather a culture that encourages people not to stick their necks out and report things. And in fact, just yesterday, I learned from a source very close to GM, who has intimate knowledge of the culture there, that the results of Mr. Valukas' investigation and the terminations of these 15 employees have only created more paranoia within the company that people are going to lose their jobs. And so I want to ask you, Ms. Barra, what are you doing, not just to change the structure and put these safety programs together and so on, but to change the culture of the company so that the company rewards people reporting problems, not sweeping it under the rug?
We are doing a lot, and it's, to your point, it's not done by words, it's not done by slogans, it's done by action.
Well, so what is it that you're doing?
So we have put the Speak Up for Safety program, and I'm getting personally information from employees. I am acting on it. We have a regular program. We're going to be recognizing those individuals. I have spoken to all our employees globally, encouraging them. But I think most important, the work that we're doing and the actions we're taking with the additional recalls demonstrate how sincere we are to put the customer in the center of everything we do, and we want to make sure we are doing the right thing as it relates to safety, as it relates for quality, and our employees are seeing that.
Okay, I would like to see if you may supplement your answer with the specifics of how you're rewarding this.
Happy to do that.
I would appreciate that. Now, I want to talk to you briefly about this compensation fund. I'm pleased now that you're telling us that Mr. Feinberg is setting up a compensation fund, but we still don't have very many details of it. Has the company or Mr. Feinberg determined the criteria about who will be eligible for payment, yes or no?
He is developing that, but I think the important
So we don't have that criteria yet, correct?
He's got a draft protocol that he's getting input. He is an independent
Would you please provide that to this committee, the draft protocol?
Yes, we can.
Thank you very much.
Can I have a point
no, let me ask you this. Will Mr. Feinberg have discretion to make eligible for payment victims beyond those identified by GM to date? Because we're hearing there may be up to 100 deaths from this.
We want to capture every single person who suffered serious physical injury or lost a loved one, every single person as a result of the...
So your answer is yes?
Yes.
Okay. And will those people who receive payment through this program be required to release their legal claims?
I'm sorry, the voluntary program?
No, if they get compensated from Mr. Feinberg's program, will they have to release their legal claims to go to court? Do you know?
This program is in lieu of taking this to court.
So your answer is yes?
I can't say exhaustively, but as it relates to the specific...
Okay, will you submit your answer, please, and let me know that? Thank you very much.
Gentleman's time expired.